So Aston Villa then, away from home, go on to win by a final score of 3-2. We take another look at the top of the Premier League table and that race for the top four. Villa right now in the fourth spot, Spurs 5 points back, and there you see Manchester United in sixth. Let's start with Villa. Another great performance. That's 3 wins in a row. 9 goals, Jules, in those 3 games for Villa, who right now are flying.
Yeah, flying. I mean, they had a tough start of the year, really, when things didn't go their way. They got knocked out in the FA Cup on that Chelsea replay on ESPN, and then they recovered their form. And I think for me, really the main reason is Ollie Watkins and the form that he's been in. I mean, Douglas Luiz has been pretty fantastic too. Leon Bailey also had a bit of a dip of form, and now he's coming back strong. But Watkins has been outstanding this season. I think he's the only player in the Premier League this season to have at least 10 goals and 10 assists. Nobody else right now, I think. Or maybe another one, but that's it. It's pretty an outstanding season, and I think we're slightly sleeping on him a little bit and maybe not recognizing the great season that he's having, because he carried them when they were not good at the start of the year. And now that they're back to their best, really pushing for that 4th place. They know that behind them, Spurs obviously won earlier, so they were aware of that result. They also know that United, certainly before the Fulham defeat, were on a pretty good run. So they know they need to keep winning to secure that 4th place. It won't be easy. They will feel the pressure behind them. But as long as Watkins keeps scoring, then they will be in a great position.
What do you make of this Villa team in their pursuit of 4th?
I think if you're Emery, you're asking yourself what happened to the start of the second half. Because at half-time, this game was done and dusted.
But can't Luton do that to, like, a lot of people?
Yeah, but the one thing with Luton, the only thing, or generally the only thing you have to do with them, is you have to match the desire and the physicality. Because the majority of teams in the Premier League, man for man, are better. They're just better players. But if you don't match the physicality and the desire, then what happened in the second half can happen to you easily. But again, you've got to give them credit, because at 2-2, there only looked like one winner, but yet Villa just found it from somewhere and came back. Some great substitutions from Emery, bringing Digne on, and he gets the goal. So yeah, I think Villa are a more rounded side, and that's probably why I would say for the 4th spot, they're favourites over Tottenham for me.
You agree with that, Robbo?
Yes, today was a good performance in the first half. They did everything you have to do against Aston Villa. The movement was good. We saw that when Man City played against Luton. If you've got good movement and good positional rotation and you do things at pace, you cause them problems. At the start of the second half, they started to pass it slowly and not work so hard off the ball and found themselves in trouble. But I think they're a better team than Tottenham at the moment.
What about Spurs today, though? Pretty impressive comeback.
Impressive comeback, but for long periods of the game against what I would say is a fairly weak Premier League team, Crystal Palace at the moment. They had so much of possession, but didn't really create that many chances. The final pass wasn't quite there. Kulusevski, who I really like as a player, kept on giving the ball away in the top third of the field. They just didn't make things happen. And I think they were fairly fortunate that they got the goal through a mistake by Crystal Palace to get themselves level, and the crowd got behind them. They scored the next 2 goals. Spurs are going to struggle to win consistently, I think.
Jules, right now on the table, it's Villa, Spurs, Manchester United. Do you think it'll be that way when the season ends?
Yeah, I think so. I would say that right now. I mean, I think Spurs still have to play the top 3. United as well, by the way. So they will keep dropping points. And I think Aston Villa, who, by the way, are still the only team of the 3 in Europe, by the way. So they will have, we don't know how long that will last for, but they will have to play Thursday, Sunday, certainly for the next 2 weeks, which is not going to be easy, having those 4 games when the others will only have 1 game per week in the weekend, so the whole week to prepare and to rest and etc. So that might make a difference at some point, but I still think Villa, for the form that they've had for most of the season, especially at home, for the consistency that they've had at time, and I know Stevie is right today about the first half and the second half being very different, and they could have dropped some points very in a silly way. I still fancy Villa to stay in that 4th place.